Hello, welcome. I'm Stephen Hawley Martin. Does life have a meaning? Is there a reason we're here? Or is our existence and your existence a giant accident, as some scientists would have us believe? Well, life does have a meaning, and there is a reason we're here. Not only that, you have a purpose, and there is a way for you to find fulfillment. I cover all that in my book, Answers, Why You're Here, How It Happened, and What to Do About It. And in this video, I'm going to boil down 288 pages into a few minutes and give you the nutshell version. Traditional science says everything began with a big bang. But is that correct? As a British biochemist said, modern science is based on the principle, give us one free miracle and we'll explain the rest. And the one free miracle is the appearance of all the matter and all the energy of the universe and all the laws that govern it from nothing in a single instance. Can that possibly be true? Of course not. Something had to have caused the Big Bang. According to one physicist, what came first was primordial consciousness, which he calls absolute unbounded oneness. He said it was an energy form that has the potential to evolve. This primordial consciousness evolved into brilliant consciousness, what is called infinite mind. It did this by isolating a few pieces of itself and allowing them to interact. Think of infinite mind as a bed sheet. A couple of children make puppets in the sheet by forming it around their hands and placing rubber bands around their wrists to keep the bubbles in the sheet in place and around their hands. It's still all one sheet, but the children now have puppets they can use to interact with one another. Interaction caused the bubbles to learn and evolve. And since they were an integral part of the whole, the infinite mind, evolved. But eventually, the pace of the evolution slowed down because the consciousness bubbles had learned everything they needed to know in that environment. This made infinite mind restless because infinite mind wanted to replicate itself. Think about it. Propagation is one of the fundamentals of life. Every human, every form of life wants to reproduce itself. And here the bubbles had slowed down and showed no sign of being able to evolve into new infinite minds. Infinite mind needed to do something to get things going again. And the tactic it arrived on was the Big Bang, creating the physical universe. These bubbles of consciousness, by the way, were you and me and everyone you know a long, long time ago. Infinite mind used the physical reality it created as a laboratory. By allowing the bubbles to grow bodies, they were able to interact and to learn and to evolve. And when they'd gotten all they could from a life, they could start over. Some bubbles, of course, went down dead-end streets and stopped evolving. The dinosaurs, for instance. But here you are, and here I am, still tooling along. We've no doubt lived many times, and no doubt you have evolved quite a bit. And hopefully I have too. But the fact of the matter is, you still have a long way to go to become a new infinite mind. Don't believe in reincarnation? A department at the University of Virginia Medical School has been studying children's memories of past lives for more than 50 years and has accumulated more than 2,600 verified cases. There can no longer be any doubt it happens. When our bodies die, the evolving consciousness bubble that is us, what in earlier times was called a soul, assimilates whatever learning it can from the just concluded lifetime. Eventually, unless it has learned all it can from the Earth School, it's reborn, comes back for another term in the Earth School, and it arrives with lessons to learn. In Eastern religions, those lessons are called karma. Now, karma is not a punishment, but rather a learning tool. An entity, a human soul, will continue to meet similar situations to those that created the karma until the entity begins making the right choices. It is as though we consciousness bubbles are the character in the movie Groundhog Day. The guy who's forced to experience the same day over and over until he reacts to each situation with love instead of cynicism. Once the quality of his consciousness has evolved to a level that produces right action, he not only gets the girl, he is finally able to move on to February 3. Well, that's it in a nutshell. The meaning of life is that you are a consciousness on a mission, a probe sent out by Infinite Mind with the objective of evolving into a new infinite mind. Your purpose is to evolve, and you do that by doing what the character in Groundhog Day did, learning to love your neighbor, learning to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And there's more. I'm willing to bet you can do something. You have some talent or ability that no one else can do quite as well as you. You will find fulfillment, maybe even joy, by using that talent or ability to serve others. As a man who had it figured out 2,000 years ago once said, "Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be the servant of all." There you have it, the meaning of life and your purpose in this one. Read my book. There's a lot more in it that you'll find helpful. It comes in a Kindle ebook edition and in paperback. You'll find both on Amazon.com. Thanks for listening.